Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the B&B podcast. This is episode 124. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
I'm their host, Brody.
I am very sleep deprived. My existence is pain, and I can see through other dimensions. The one to our left, pretty decent, you know? It looks good. The one to our right kind of sucks, though. I'm gonna turn my brightness down a bit so you can't see the reflection of my glasses. How's it going today, Brody? While I fidget with my monitor.
Good.
Yeah. Any words of advice for the audience to start off the podcast?
Drink water. Yeah, Brandon.
Shut the fuck up. You were just talking the other day that you had nothing but energy drinks.
Yeah,
Don't even.
and now what did you do today?
I had water.
You know,
Shut the fuck up. You don't even have an argument.
did you though? Did you really drink water?
Yes, I had a whole bottle of smart water, and it made me no smarter than before.
Oh, well, it must have been very smart water.
No, it was dumb water.
Well,
It tricked me. The labeling tricked me. What you really should be drinking, and this is not a sponsored, I'm not paid to say this, is Liquid Death. That water is so crisp, so clean. I'm gonna tag Liquid Death in this episode. Be like, hey, I could just put a big sign of Liquid Death in my background and pay me for it.
yeah.
Yeah. If you guys haven't noticed, my background is a bit different. I moved a bunch of shit around as we are accommodating possibly another person who you've seen on the podcast. Well, you haven't seen him yet, but you've heard him. Good old Colton. I roast him a lot, but friends will roast friends. That's what this whole podcast is basically.
More or less, yep.
So yeah, you might be seeing more of him in episodes and stuff because he is interested in the new format, which you guys would have seen last week. That's kind of content that we're actually excited to get more into. We both enjoyed it immensely. Obviously, I thought it would be different, kind of more interactive, I guess, and get both of us talking more. Because as some people have noticed, Brody doesn't talk as much as I do for a lot of the episodes. However, it's very
Blasphemy.
close. It was very close last episode. I looked at the files, and he almost talked as much as me. So maybe one day we'll get an episode where he talks more than me.
I wouldn't keep your hopes up.
No, I'll just make you do the intro, the outro, any ad reads we ever do. Maybe you'll get there eventually, but
Yeah.
unlikely. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that content. It's different. I haven't seen like that kind of content really like in depth, so it's kind of, I don't want to say original because like I don't know, someone might have done it, but we could be the first.
Possible.
Anyways, today's episode is gonna be probably a shorter one, so I thought I'd kind of start off with some things that I saw today and the last couple days that I thought were entertaining. Today I watched a video, and you know those apology videos, Brody, on YouTube where you can tell that they're not going to be genuine?
Yeah.
I watched one today. It was a meme video, and I could tell immediately it was from Jacksepticeye because the one thing everyone does in an apology video before they even start it is I just have a huge sigh, and you can tell everything after that sigh is going to be bullshit.
Yep.
So that video was quite funny today because that's exactly what he did. And then he was like rubbing his face, like all the fucking like Travis going, dude, awkward. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny as well. And then what else? What else has been happening the last few days that we want to talk about? I suppose. We almost finished Red Notice, or I almost finished Red Notice. Brody's watched it once.
Yeah.
Once. What do you think of it for the audience?
Anyone who loves Ryan Reynolds is gonna absolutely love that movie. So if you haven't seen it and you love Ryan Reynolds, go watch it. If you don't like Ryan Reynolds, fuck off.
If you don't like Ryan Reynolds, you're booted. You're excommunicado.
Yeah, you're not real. You're fake.
John Wick will come after you.
Yeah, he'll find you.
That's his homeboy, probably.
We'll just tell him you kicked his dog.
I don't know a single celebrity that actually hates Ryan Reynolds. Like,
I don't think they're. If there is, they're not. They don't exist anymore.
yeah, the internet would fucking dismantle their entire lives.
Pretty much.
As for, just day-to-day life, it's, we live in Canada, as you know. Canadian podcast here. No snow. It's nice.
You just jinxed it. We're gonna wake up tomorrow to like 17 feet of snow.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, it's supposed to be. We're getting really lucky. It's supposed to be really nice the next couple of days. Whenever this goes up, it was in the past.
Yeah. I mean, me mentioning the Jacksepticeye apology video is kind of gonna date it a bit. It is American Thanksgiving, so
yeah.
Congratulations for all of you that celebrate.
I was literally funny story. I was doing raid today. It was a bunch of random people, and someone said Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, I'm Canadian. And someone said, oh, good thing you didn't commit genocide and celebrate it day. I fucking kind of laughed for a while at that one.
You can tell that their fucking education is just dog water. We've done nothing wrong up here.
No.
Awkward.
He would never.
Yeah. In other news, Kyle will be on the podcast a couple weeks' time. We're staggering these episodes a bit because, like I said, in one of the episodes that we recorded in bulk last week, we are recording in bulk, obviously. So, episodes will be staggered a bit. Things might be dated. But that's just so I can get ahead of things, and so I can focus on other content because streaming and videos on YouTube, TikTok, that kind of thing is where I'm focusing my other energy. So the more content we can pump out for the podcast in succession, it'll be easier for like both of us to create content. I just bought Tarkov, so I'm going to suffer with Brody as he bullies me. So make sure to watch out for that because that should be awful.
Awfully fun.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. It's funny. I just actually finished
Anyways.
watching it. Just gave from Tarkov video
Well,
before we started.
Nerd.
Shut the fuck up, you Minecraft loser.
What?
Said shut the fuck up, you Minecraft loser.
Where did Minecraft come into this?
No, you're talking about Minecraft YouTubers the other day, so
That was today.
that was yesterday. I don't fucking.
I
guess today. Yeah, it was like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Anyways, getting to the topic, do you want to introduce it considering you picked it?
Yeah, we're discussing, I guess, whether we would have an extra 2 hours in a day or an extra $200 a day, and like the pros and cons of either.
All right. Starting off, what would you pick?
See, it's hard because like I would kind of sway both ways because having extra 2 hours a day would be, great depending on if you have stuff to do. Like, say you're out on vacation. Of course, you want longer days because then you can do more stuff in a day, stuff like that. But if you're just kicking around at home, extra $200 would be useful. You buy some stuff in a game, maybe treat yourself to some supper or a movie, or that's why I'm kind of both ways. But honestly, I would probably prefer an extra 2 hours in the sense that you could technically use them to sleep. So like, you could have those 2 extra hours of sleep, or knowing corporate everywhere would want you to work for another hour probably.
You sleep.
Shut the fuck up like 36 hours later.
What do you
You're gonna make a movie about your life.
So I did the maths.
Did some
extra,
maths.
Extra $200 a day. A month you'd be making an extra $5,600.
Like that's
And a
huge.
year, 67,200. So like you're almost making like salary. If
I
you
wish I made fucking $200 a day.
right, like say even like you save that over the course like of a year, 2 years, 3 years, like that's a lot of money you could save.
Oh, very much so. Or like you would never have to work. Like if you
I
made
mean,
200,
yeah,
like if you just someone outright gave you $200 every single day, you'd never have to work. Like, you could
yeah, that's
do all the
fourteen
things you
hundred
love, and
dollars, $1,400 a week.
yeah, you'd be able to do everything you love in life.
Yeah.
Like, that would be fantastic. But see, that's where I would still want the extra sleep though. Cause like the little we actually sleep, or like even look at like a gaming perspective or like a streaming perspective, that's actually 2 hours you have to stream. It's 2 hours you could, sleep, make YouTube videos, whatever the hell you'd want it to be. You
Hmm.
have all those options.
Yeah.
It's a tough call. Like,
Don't mind our neighbors noisily opening their fucking screen door 60,000 times a day.
yeah, like holy lord.
2 more hours to plot their fucking demise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Imbeciles. What do you think? I mean, I guess I'll answer the question I asked you initially. I think I'd probably take the money. I just see it being more useful. I mean, yeah, you could get 2 more hours of sleep, and maybe you could catch up on some other stuff. Like for me, my relationship with sleep is bad because as Brody knows, I do sleep a lot, but I still wake up fucking tired, and my doctors can't figure it out, and I got broken brain. Okay, so regardless, like yeah, I could probably get 2 hours more of stuff to do. Words? 2 more hours to do stuff. That is what I tried to say. Words did not function. Maybe I'll have 2 more hours to figure my life out. But like, I don't know. I think 24 hours is fine. I'd rather if this was flipped, I would rather, like I was saying, on the way home today, I would rather a scenario where I didn't have to sleep. Like if it didn't affect me like it has today and any other day I've had insomnia or whatever, I would rather not have to sleep because then you would have, 8 to 10 hours if you're fucking lucky to sleep that long,
Yeah.
to do other shit. Like, and that's a lot more time than 2 hours, significantly. So, and just looking at the math on how it's adds up, even if you put like half of the money away, and you used an extra $100 a day to do whatever you want. You can easily save like what 35 grand or whatever, rough snowballing that number a year, which is still great. Like that's money you could save or use at the end of the year or whatever. So I'd probably take the money just because I feel like it's more, you could do more with it. It's more widely used, I guess. So I'd probably take the $200 a day myself.
Fairness.
Now, what do you think would be the repercussions of either of those?
See, like that'd be the one thing is like you got to think of where would that money come from? Like say
Yeah.
it's like a government grant that you have to pay half back every year.
Well, grants you don't have
As
to
an
pay back. It'd be a
well,
loan,
what
but
say it's a loan you get from the bank or the government, you have to pay back half of it every year. Would you still go for that?
pay
So
half of it back.
say you're technically right, you'd be making $100 a day instead of the $200 a day. Say,
Hmm. I mean, that significantly changes the example because I mean, yeah, you'd still have an extra $30,000. Like I'd say probably yeah. Like if it's yeah, you take 50% off, but at least you're still getting extra something.
yeah.
Um, I think I definitely changed the way I handled the money. I think I probably invest it and maybe like hire someone who knows what they're doing with investing to invest like a significant portion of it. Um, but Yeah, I think I'd probably still do it because you're still like, say you get like 500,000. Or okay, let's just talk about winning the lottery, for instance. You win the lottery, the government still takes a percentage. Yeah, that sucks, but you're still getting a percentage. Like, I'd still do it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'd say if like you're getting an extra $200 a day and you can do whatever you want with it, but you have to pay it back after a certain time, say 25 years with interest.
Like all of it or some of it?
Well, a percentage of it. We'll say a percentage of it.
Hmm.
Because like then you'd have to decide, do I want to save some of the money so that I can pay it back without having to, ruin my life financially, whatever, or am I going to be stupid with it and spend it all or blow it on drugs and hookers and trips to Bali every week?
Oh.
And now
But
Brody's wanted by the CRA.
that's fine. I got a red notice on my card. It's fine. They already know who I am.
Yep.
See, I feel like at the end of the day, the money would really be worth it. Whether you have to pay it back, whether you don't have to pay it back. Because like I mentioned, you can kind of pursue whatever dreams you have, whether you're a cabinet maker or you're a wood burner, whether you're a gamer, whether you want to do sewing. Like you have so much open opportunities to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think one of the first things I'd do if it happened is I would probably seek out a lawyer. Because I would want to know if there's any legal repercussions of me taking this money. I'd want to know what actions I would take to prevent, possibly either having to pay it all back, like all of it back, like whether that's a possibility. So I definitely be careful about that. And, obviously I talk to like financial advisors and make sure you're doing everything right because that's all you need. It's kind of, it's almost like CERB in a way because all these people who collected CERB, for those of you who don't know, it's the Canada benefit that people collected during COVID. Everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people assumed that was free money, which if you're getting money from the government, you should automatically know it's not fucking free. So people had to pay a percentage of the back, and they got fucking dinged, and they're gonna get fucked at tax season. So that's another thing I'd want to know. Like, am I gonna have to pay a percentage of this back?
Yeah, like I mean, more than likely, like in any scenario, you have to pay something back. Like no money just vanishes or like appears out of thin air, you
Exactly.
know. But then I guess if we pursue that route, there's no repercussions of having extra 2 hours a day, or would there be? Like,
Mm,
what if you had
or,
extra hours a day, but you were like forced to work those 2 hours a day?
yeah, like it depends. And then like because all of everyone's schedules are operating on 24-hour clock, how does that impact everyone around you? Do they also have 2 hours a day extra? Or is it just you? And like
Yeah,
how does that interact with the rest of society? So I think it'd fuck up a lot of people. And that's another question I guess could be asked is this an option given to everyone? Or are you a selective person being selected for like a program or whatever where you have to select one or the other?
yeah. Like it could be you're part of it's an experiment or something that you were selected for at random.
Yeah, like a behavior test. Like that'd be a good example for like a behavioral test. Find out how many people would select this and how many people would select that, and then kind of monitor them on, okay, what do they do with their 2 hours a day extra over the year versus, okay, how did they spend their $200 a day extra over a year?
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna start
feel
experimenting on people. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people would take the money and then just fucking waste it.
Oh, definitely. Especially if they were like, I mean, I feel like if it's a experiment per se, I feel like it's gonna be um like lower class income kind of people, because that's generally what happens with these kind of examples. I don't think high class society are going to take part in anything like this. But say
Yeah.
that say like they did have the option, like, do they really need an extra $200 a day? I feel like, Jeff Bezos, if he had extra 2 hours a day to run his sweatshop factories, he probably would pick that.
Yeah, exactly. An extra 2 hours a day to make it to Mars, like you gotta think it from that standpoint as well. That the people who are like extremely driven to like a goal or a dream would definitely pick that extra 2 hours over the
Yeah.
extra $200.
Well, that also depends, though. Extra money is extra funding.
Well, that's say you're in like Jeff Bezos is an example. I don't think he needs the funding for a whole hell of a
No,
lot.
definitely not. But like, if you're working towards, like, I don't know, some miracle cure for a disease, the extra time would be nice because that's extra time you could work on it. But the extra money would be nice because that's
Yeah.
money you could put towards it.
Like that's
Um,
where both are such good options. Like it's hard to say 100%. Like yeah, everyone would do this. Like
mhm. Let me pose you another scenario along the same lines. Would you rather the money in bulk, one-time payment,
no,
yearly,
no,
or monthly, weekly? How do you think you'd want to accept that?
daily.
Daily?
Because like you could get a bulk of it, but then say you have $70,000 in your bank account. It's having money would be like, oh, so people are like, they have $40, like, oh, it's burning a hole in my pocket. Let's go spend it. So like having $200 in your bank account compared to having $70,000 in your bank account, it
Yeah.
might cause you to not want to spend it.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd put it in a savings account, whatever. Or like, yeah, if you had 70 grand, you're like, oh well, I can go buy a couple things, and it wouldn't
Yeah.
affect me as much because you have a lot of money. So I feel like, um, day to day or even like say week to week would be best.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like another paycheck then.
That's yeah, like say you're still working and you get your paycheck from work every 2 weeks and you get your free money every 2 weeks. It's pretty much like you're getting two paychecks. What would you do?
I'd probably say biweekly, because I mean, we've been integrated in society to be like, okay, we've worked our 2 weeks. At the end of the 2 weeks, we get paid. It's the norm, right? You're used to it. So I feel like you could definitely budget better. And it's like, yeah, you might have a significant amount more at the end of the 2 weeks, but you're used to, divvying that money up, making sure you have enough for your bills, whatever. And yeah, like, people save. Like, if you have extra money at the end of the month and you don't have bills or whatever or any other expenses, save. So I definitely take it bi-weekly, but I definitely know entitled pricks who would take the bulk sum and fucking waste it.
Oh, 100%. People don't know how to not spend money.
Like I've mentioned in the past in the podcast, one of the kids I graduated, his family's fucking rich. They own a lot of property around town. Or one of the companies, I'll bleep it, but I was heard about this, that the redacted company owns a lot of land around where we work, and like, they can control who buys it, how much it goes for. They, like, it's almost like a monopoly out there because they own that property. So, um, like, people like that who are entitled and who've never known, like, hardship. I mean, not to get too deep into this, but like Brody and I and a whole lot of people have had a really tough go of things the last 2 years because of COVID and shit. And like, we know what it is to struggle. A lot of people do, but it's those who don't that would just, I got 60 grand. I'm gonna, give away a couple grand to people I know, and I'm gonna waste it on parties and booze and a bunch of materialistic things that at the end of the day don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Like say you that $200 a day. Say you take half of it and throw it in an investment savings account. Every day you do that $100 into you spend $100, but $100 away. And like at the end of 2-3 years of collecting that, you're say you're a millionaire. I don't know. I don't know the math on that. But you have a lot of money. You might not be you have $1 million.
I'd be high
but,
interest.
well, with it compounding, it would go up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know investment savings in the slightest, but
I'll bring my mother on the podcast. Ma, come in here. Tell me about money.
Ma, I need money. Tell me how to get it.
Yeah. Rob a bank. Okay.
All right, if you say so.
It's another way you could get $200 a day, except it would be like, $20,000 a day. $220,000. $220,000 a day. Wait, no. That's
Dear
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
At that point, that is just Jeff Bezos.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'd take the money personally, but if the circumstances were right, I might take the 2 hours a day. Say I was in college again, the 2 hours a day I could spend studying. So that'd be beneficial. I can definitely see college students. Well, again, that's the other side of things. College students take either. You're a broke college student. Fuck, $200 a day. That'd be fucking you'd be living. Wouldn't be living off ramen and cheap takeout.
But also to the same effect is say they take the 2 hours. A lot of college kids already fucking procrastinate. So it's gonna be 2 more hours to procrastinate.
Yeah, I feel like academics who are solely academics would take the time. I feel like normal college students are just trying to get through their program. They'd probably take the money.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what I mean. It's even our friend Evan, who might eventually make it on the podcast. Even he was looking through the list. He's like, "Oh, well, that's a simple question. We've been talking for 27 minutes. It's not simple. You gotta outweigh the pros, the cons, the risks, the rewards. You gotta bring in the factors of what if this happens? Well, how's this gonna affect it? You know?
Yeah, nothing we ever do is a simple question, that's for sure.
No.
It may seem like it at first, but no, it always turns into something.
We're only simple-minded folks 80% of the time. The other 20%, we're complex human beings.
You're giving me way too much credit. I'd say 98 and 2.
All right, there you go. Brody's 98 and 2. I'm 80 and 20. So yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, but not much to say. I think we ran that example quite well. It was fun. What are you laughing at over there? What in the fuck are you watching?
What do you mean?
Your fucking screen was flashing red.
Oh, it's because don't worry about it. I'm fighting stuff.
Brody's fighting the dragon.
Actually, I'm killing turkeys with a baseball bat.
PETA, don't come after me. Don't. Katniss is in a different castle. Go there instead.
Yeah.
Anywho, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little discussion. Let us know. 2 hours a day or $200 a day. Maybe I'll put a poll up if they fucking work for once. I think I can if you're listening on Spotify, there's polls now, which is weird. I don't quite understand why they incorporated that. I haven't seen any podcasts, major podcasts, do it. I think I put one on an episode a while ago. I never looked to see if there was a result. Kind of oh fuck, I should probably check Apple reviews here before we end. But maybe I'll put it on Spotify. So if you're listening to Spotify right now, hey, Spotify user, there's a poll.
I'll fucking beat you with a poll.
So go check that out. And if I can get them working on social media, I will. But loud truck user, fuck you.
That's actually a car.
Loud,
this is
loud,
about to explode.
Oh. Well, loud vehicular user, stop. Get some help.
Stop.
But yeah, I'll try and get things working, but Facebook's polls are so broken. Twitter polls are AIDS to even operate, and most times people don't really use polls on Twitter. So go look if you follow us on social media. There might be something there, but I'll try and put one on Spotify because it's there. I may as well use it.
Yeah.
But I will now let Brody tell you where you can find us on social media, and while I look for a review on Apple, hopefully.
The main ones we use are Facebook and Twitter, as well as Instagram. But the main two are Facebook and Twitter. Other than that, if you're looking for different ways to listen or to watch us, the only watching method is on YouTube. But otherwise, we are on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. Other than that, if you want to support us in different ways, we have Redbubble if you want to buy some merch, or we have Patreon if you want to donate, different tiers, different rewards, stuff like that. As we mentioned, Brennan has actually streamed recently. I have yet to, but we both stream on Twitch. Brennan's is Canadian Walker 13, and mine is Brody TY. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I honestly tuned that entire thing out, so if you did, it's too late. I was busy. I was looking for shit, man.
No, I'm running through my options.
Okay. I thought you were blaming me for your lack of memory.
I think that's everything.
All
You
right.
can follow Brandon on TikTok and support him there, I guess.
I think it's just Canadian Walker on there. I don't know. I'll link it. With all the links.
Go to the comments and call him a fucking nerd. Type it like 600 times though.
I mean, it'll boost the algorithm, so fuck
That's what I'm
do
saying.
it. Go
Just
do
call
it.
him a
I don't
nerd
give a shit.
600 different times.
Yeah, on every video.
But spell it differently every single time.
Yeah. Nord. I'm a Nord.
Yeah, you are Nord.
Yeah. But yeah, go do the things, click the things, and go give a like on the video. Make sure to comment if you want to share your opinions with us, or if you want to call us delicious men, as we got a comment on before. Definitely not fucking weird. But yeah, go review. There was no Apple reviews. I did look, so no one can yell at me for not looking. But you can review on Apple, or you can leave a comment, and we'll read it out there as well. Spotify has yet to introduce reviews, which is fucking baffling to me. Like, they're one of the top streaming platforms, and you don't have reviews? Get with it.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah. Or review us on Facebook if you have us on Facebook. There's a function on our page where you can actually write a review. So that's another way you can kind of interact with the podcast. But again, thank you guys for the support. You guys definitely like the guest episodes, but you're also, showing similar support for just Brody and I. So at least, all our views aren't because of our guests.
Yeah.
Kyle and Travis might be on an episode together in which they battle to the death of who gets to be the, honorary co-host. Because apparently their fans can't share each other's support, so they're separated. So yeah, we might have them on the podcast together. Scheduling is always an issue for everything, but we're trying our best. So again, thank you guys for the support on the videos, especially because I do work hard on those, and I'm always trying to improve those. And whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or whatever, all the platforms Brody listed, any support's great, and we do appreciate it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will catch you next time. Don't do this to me again. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.